yeah, that backpack I have with all the hidden pockets. Yeah, it looks just like it. Go put that shit back. You guys ready for your next comedian? Let's bring that energy up. You're not clapping. Terrible memory. He forgot he was at a comedy show. It's okay. We'll cut him some slack. He's got a bad memory. And yes, China did clone a black person. Sorry. He was black. All right. You guys, put your hands together. Go ahead. Put them together. Wilmington Zone, Mr. John Grimes.
Adam Kemp, everybody, hooray! Totally killed until the last minute right before I had to come up. Thanks. China cloned a black guy. Science alert, everybody. We're learning. Thanks. Thank you. Also, I will not awkwardly single you guys out. If you want to move back, no, I don't care. It's fine. That was his choice. I want everyone to be comfortable. Also, there are enough people here that everybody could personally insult me if you don't like what I have to say, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Labor Day weekend, all right, clappy clap. Give it up for the troops. Has nothing to do with the troops, but you can always say that and people kind of have to clap or else they're jerks. Say that after every joke. So China cloned a black guy. Give it up for the troops, everybody. Not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, but don't worry, Snead's Ferry. That doesn't count for your rallies you have every month. You can still wear white. Everybody else will be. Calls them like sexism. That's why I like it up here. You can't offend this crowd. You have to worry about being offended by this crowd, possibly assaulted by this crowd. I like it though because if you stink, they don't leave, they just go start playing pool. They're like, take the tarps off, fuck this guy. We've heard enough. We've heard enough. Speaking of troops, I was a troop once. I assume somebody here was. Yeah, okay, good. I'm not the only hero. I'm in good company. That's glad. I'm glad of that. Nice angle, by the way, for this photographer. It's like one of those old selfie guys for a guy who's twice divorced and does open mic comedy. Not that you guys just saw anybody like that, but it's like, ooh, then the next picture's a fish. Look at me. I know how to set a timer and pretend like I have a friend who took this picture. Yeah. I was in the Army. I didn't really like it. I kind of did it because my brother did it, and that was like our way out of the trailer park. That was like part of our documentary, like, oh, the adversity that they faced in a trailer where the door didn't latch completely. Had to ride a bus 2 miles uphill to go to public school. But yeah, so anyway, not to bum everyone out, my brother was cool. Not as cool as me, but. So I followed him into the Army. That was fun. I didn't really stand out in any particular way except one, anger. Now, okay, friends, how angry do you have to be to stand out in the Army as the angry one? And also, I had an office job. Most of my job consisted of fitting work in between getting really good at Madden and day drinking. It wasn't really that, I mean, you know, I wore the uniform and I stood up a little straighter than I do now. That's about it. Like, I didn't love it. Anger. And I was like, the fact that the Army has the apparatus and infrastructure for anger management also made me kind of think about it, because we all signed up to bomb people for like a college scholarship. That is why I joined the Army. I'm like, I need school, I'm a pizza boy. Army, great, yes, I'll do great with that mentality. Like, I have nothing better to do, I can't think of anything else. The Army, so angry, okay, great. Sent me to anger management, which again, like, probably should be part of boot camp, I think. And then that's when I started to realize that therapy is fake. Anger management is fake. Like, people need a certain amount of anger. It's kind of like bullying. Everyone's like, why does Gen Z suck? Because you drop them off at school every day. They don't ride a school bus. They don't live in a trailer park. Nobody bullies them except on Facebook. And That's their problem for being allowed on there. But you need to bring back some bullying and anger. Not like super intense, not beating people up, but people need to be made fun of, or they end up 40-year-old stand-up comedians talking to 12 people. When they could be at home with their wife and their dog and their house and their cushy little college degrees and leather chairs. Nope, I'm doing this, honey. Happy Labor Day. Have a good time. So fake therapy. Also, I got a divorce too, just like Adam. He was in the military. You have to. I think they give you like boots and a divorce lawyer when you get there. They're like, all right, you're paying for both of these, by the way. They're not free, even though your recruiter said they were. It was so fake. Like, I already know I'm the problem. I already know it's my parents' fault. I already know that like I'm smarter than a doctor and I don't need medicine. I don't need someone to tell me that. Although, at least now you can do it online. And I think if you upgrade to premium, they actually stay awake the whole time. So that would be nice. BetterHelp.com/John Grimes, 0% discount. Type that in later. Therapy is so fake. And that got me thinking, we've been lied to a lot as a society. We have. And it starts with parents. I know a lot of you clappy clap for parents. I think if someone more like you was my mom, I probably wouldn't be doing this and my life would be way better. So I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about parents outside of here. You guys are cool, but what a bunch of damn liars. I mean, my mom did nothing but lie to my face my whole life. The first lie, Santa. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to believe I'm gonna get like a PlayStation when you can't even afford the electricity to run a PlayStation? Also, not only do we not own a chimney, like I mentioned before, the door doesn't latch, let alone lock. Like, let the man come in. Don't hurt the guy. Like, he's coming to bring gifts and shit. Like, no wonder you can't keep a man, Mom. Come on. Divorce runs in our family, as does mental illness. So again, here we are. But yeah, like that lie hurt my heart. And I found out in the worst way. I was 7 and my cousin told me. It was like Christmas Eve, we would all get around like grandma's, whatever, presents. I got all the Ninja Turtles, all 4 at once, very happy day. Oh yeah, your mom had to borrow money from my mom for you to get those because you're poor and there's no Santa. Here we are, I'm telling you, that was like a formative moment for me. I have to share it with people. It's not that sad, it's a joke. But I mean, I make it sound funny. I guess that's my whole shtick. Yeah, so Santa, come on. And also, how about this story? If you work hard and you set your mind to it and you're good to people, you can be anything you want. I hate to keep mentioning the trailer park, but how many presidents of America were born and then transported directly to a trailer park? None, Mom. I can't be anything I want. Come on, I have like 7 years of school. Look what I'm doing. 7 plus the like first 12 that everybody has to do. I'm actually Adam's doctor who gets him drugs. That's my PhD. That's how we're friends. We met before comedy. And he was like, I think I'm gonna start comedy. I was like, don't do it. Stick with the drugs, man. Kid, because I love. And then, I mean, I love the Lord, much like Adam. Who doesn't? Swell fella. But did it need to be presented to me like, if you rub one out or steal from the self-checkout, hell, you will burn forever in hellfire. I'm like, Mom, I'm already anxious and poor and kind of fat because all you feed me is like bologna and Little Debbie's. Like, I can't handle the weight of the Lord on my fucking shoulders right now. Like, I'm about to start 2nd grade, I'm not really ready for that talk yet. Again, this is why you can't keep a man, Mom. Get me the fuck out of here, please. We're in the Rust Belt before it got really rusty. There was plenty of jobs up there. It's a good time. All the lies lead to us believing in fake stuff like therapy. How about this one? Hydration. Now, everybody in here looks like they're from the 1900s like me, except every woman, you look very young. Born around 9/11, if I had to guess. But that was the real catastrophe. Ooh, 9/11, too soon, okay. They've only made like 7 movies about it and sell t-shirts of it every year, but sorry. What was I saying, 9/11? Hydration, the 1900s. Here was hydration when I was a kid, all right? Coffee, Maybe milk if your mom was weird and served it with dinner like spaghetti and shit, which I was always like, ugh. Imagine somebody serving you milk with dinner now. Like, what the fuck was up with that? Anyway, thank the milk lobby. So it was like coffee, soda, whiskey, good night. That was hydration before like Obama. Not saying it was his fault. I'm not trying to bring him into the conversation where I've already made fun of 9/11 masturbating in front of the Lord. I'm not trying to bring up that other shit. That was hydration. Now it's like you gotta drink 10 ounces of water for every pound you weigh. I don't really feel like having one of the Culligan mans follow me around fucking having to replace bottles of water so that I can fake recycle them. That's another damn scam. But let's go back to hydration for a second. Water. This is what we think of water in America. If you have to take a shit right now, where are you gonna go and where's it gonna go? You're gonna go through that door. People would crawl 10 miles on stumps to go right in that bathroom and drink the water out of the sink. And we're gonna take a shit right next to that sink. And think nothing about like, this water's annoying, it's not going away fast enough. We have too much, get it out of here. We're just like, and put my shit in it on the way out. That's right. Hydration. Come on. Big Water thought that shit up. Take a bottle of Evian, put it in the mirror. Spells naive. Come on, that shit's right in our face. You don't have to be a fucking conspiracy theorist to see that shit. It's right there mocking us. And then they're like, recycle. Now, okay, believe what you want, but I do most of my research like everybody in here. YouTube. Go on there, watch a documentary about recycling. It all goes to the same dump and nobody separates it. Who the fuck do you think's gonna separate it? A government worker? You mean the people who give driver's licenses and run the VA and like, you know, fail us all on a daily basis? Those people are gonna be, all right guys, this is number 3 plastic. This is number 2 plastic. This is Obama plastic. They can't all be recycled at the same time. Oh, this one's not rinsed out. Come the fuck on. And even if we all lived to be like 500 and recycled everything we touched, that could maybe offset 30 seconds of Taylor Swift's private jet idling on a runway. Maybe. Oh, good thing I rinsed out my Mountain Dew can so a billionaire can fly guilt-free and tell me to go fuck myself. Oh, recycling, fake. Just a side note, I have mugs that say that for $10 in the back. But getting back to the point, recycling's fake. Sold a dozen of those mugs. I took my wife to Chili's. Not happy hour, regular hour. So buy me a mug. Buy my wife a mug since I contribute nothing financially. When you're this good looking, you don't have to work, I guess. And this famous. All fake shit. People want to get their information because of all these parents and society's lies, so they turn to 2 places. Any true crime fans in here? No? Cool. Well, I'm gonna pretend a lot of people go, yes, good, true crime. True crime is just Joe Rogan for women. Those are the 2 types of people who are online for information. Like Rogan fans, not you guys if you're in here, you guys are cool, the other ones. They need help with shit like make your bed, wear a suit, become an alpha, eat only meats that you kill on horseback, bare-chested with like steroid needles popping out of your tit. Be an alpha, not a sigma cuck or whatever. I don't keep track of it. I'm like in the middle. I'm like Jay. I'm a Qaeda. I'm like a, not Al Qaeda, Jesus Christ. I don't know where that came from. So that's Rogan fans. True crime fans will tune in and they're like, all right, it's time for bed. I want to relax. How about a mother of 3 drowns her kids and then kills herself? And not a movie. I want it real. I want to know this shit really happened. The killer is fucking dead. Like, I want the whole story. I want a Netflix podcast, fucking everything. On my commute, I want murder. I want murder at all times in my mind. And it's women that love that shit. It's like, well, duh. 2 of them have married me. They obviously have poor judgment and rage. And they got to put it somewhere. And I'm like, stop listening to that. You're like, my wife is in healthcare. She's already smart. I don't need her like figuring out DNA swabs and shit like that. Like, god damn. At least watch CSI where it's fake. Why does it have to be real? Like, there are movies and TV shows where people get murdered all the time, and then it's acting, and they get to go home and like listen to Joe Rogan or whatever the fuck they do. Murder, that shit is weird to me. It's weird to me. All these fucking blinking lights are confusing me because we have to watch for a light to get out of here. And I'm just like, is that, you're lighting me, Adam? You son of a bitch. It means I have to go, guys. We were just becoming friends. Last night, like I said, I'm kind of famous, so I stayed in a hotel when I did a gig at a Mexican restaurant for free. And, because I invest $400 a weekend in my dream. Why do you think I'm so good at it? So, I stay in a lot of hotels, and so many of my heroes have unfortunately passed away in hotels, and a shocking number of them have died in the same way, called autoerotic asphyxiation, in which you wrap a belt around your neck and masturbate, and it's a race to one of two great things. Ideally, you do them both at once, I think is the point. Go out on top, go out with a bang, so to speak, without the mess of a, firearm. And it got me thinking, on my journey to the top, I could die in a hotel very easily, but I don't think I'm not into like belt play and shit like that, but I will say I like this in a hotel. Because it's not your towel. You can do anything you want in there. Like, don't run a black light, We've all seen MTV's Room Raiders. We don't need to fucking do that anymore. 90s reference. But anyway, what I like to do in a hotel room instead of the belt is I like to take the towel when I'm done showering and use it to floss my ass crack violently. I mean, hard. Like, if you have hemorrhoids or any sort of growth, do not do this. The shit will come off literally. And you get like a dingleberry blizzard, which sounds like a Dairy Queen summer flavor, but no. You get like a dingleberry blizzard. Oh my God, it feels so good. And then you just get to put the towel down and you're just like, hey man, not at home, baby. What happens in Snead's Ferry stays in Snead's Ferry, including shit towels. So I just picture them finding me. It's like the cleaner, and oh no, because that's what women sound like according to Adam. And the cleaner finds me, and then she calls the pose, and they come in and they're like, well, there's no sign of forced entry, there's no belt, there's no firearm. This guy just has a huge smile on his face and a towel way up his ass. All right, I'm John Grimes, thanks.
Keep it going for John Grimes, everybody. That was awesome. Yeah. Now you guys are in for a real special treat.
Oh, thanks.
This next comedian comes